You get older every year? That's not a fun mechanic. Now, normally I don't do parties, but I really want a Steam Deck, and if there's one thing I'm good at, it's taking advantage of my friends. So I'll just throw a little bit together, nothing too crazy. Let me just check my friends list. That can't be right. Dang it! Only 2 people I can invite kidnapped me. So I want to throw a party because I want to get free stuff. But on the other hand...
Why are you a pirate?
I thought it was a costume party.
Let's play some games. So, you want to throw a party, but you're not Mr. Popular and don't have drugs or alcohol to lure people in. Excuse me, but I have cough drops in here. That means it's time to gather your little friend group and pull out some games so you don't actually have to socialize. But you have to be strategic. Choosing the wrong game can ruin the entire operation. Or you can just put in Wii Sports and not be judged. Ever since the Nintendo 64, Nintendo has been trying to become the company for party games. Not that they didn't make some incredible single-player games, but there's a reason you can play 6 different versions of Mario Party on Wii. Speaking of the Wii, it created the period that really publicized video games as being able to be party games. Xbox tried to cash in with Kinect. Emphasis on tried. Smaller companies made shovelware, but it was clear that no company captured the charm and fun that made a good party game better than Nintendo during the Wii era. Including modern-day Nintendo, who absolutely massacred Wii Sports. But that's for another time. Today I'm at a party. I'm talking about...
Alright, Owen, what games you got?
Oh, sorry. I was doing an intro in my head. Let me see. Alright, I need something that they'll enjoy. Not too simple, not too complex. Something to ruin friendships, but only for a few minutes. Something like... How about Mario Kart?
Is that the one where you get to ride in a Mario Kart?
Exactly! Mario Kart. Kinda niche, I know. It's only the Switch's best-selling game, and the Wii U's best-selling game, and the 3DS's best-selling game, and the reason the Wii wheel exists. Oh man, I only have the Joy-Con wheel.
No way. Let me see.
You know you're not getting that back right.
I really don't care. Mario Kart has always been seen as one of the best party games ever. It's simple to understand and control at lower speeds, but can get much more competitive when you ramp it up to 150cc and above. The series has been around for over 30 years, but the one most commonly used at parties nowadays is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, a port of a Wii U game that released almost a decade ago. The original Mario Kart 8 didn't sell very well due to its system, so Nintendo figured no one would notice if they just moved it over to their next console. To compensate, the game did get a huge DLC wave, although very few tracks were actually original, with most of them coming from past games, and a whole bunch coming from the free Mario Kart mobile app. Totally worth $25.
Oh cool, I didn't know that. Did you buy it?
No, I'm better with money than that.
Sure.
There are plenty of other racing games out there with much more serious and intense gameplay, but are you really trying to play these at a party? Oh guys, I don't really like this controller. Let me get on my $300 gaming wheel. Meanwhile, in Nintendo's corner, we just need a Wii wheel, and that's if we're really out of options. Or if you're really stupid. The only real racing game competition Mario Kart has is Rocket League, but it's not really a racing game, and is much more niche and hard to control than Mario Kart.
I don't know why you were explaining the whole game history. Can we just play the game already?
Sure.
Can I use the Joy-Con wheel?
If you want to lose. We all know what Mario Kart is, so there's not really much I can say about it. But I can talk all day about its local multiplayer. The Switch can barely handle 4-player split screen, so each one is a bit delayed and low quality. But it doesn't take away from the experience too much, and you're still playing virtual go-karts with friends. Just hit one with a shell and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This game feels like it was made to be enjoyed with friends, which makes it even more annoying when a CPU beats everyone. Speaking of our players, something was a little bit off.
Hey, why is there a player 4?
I don't know. Maybe it's a random CPU.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, but in the Switch port, we got more content in the form of battle mode. We've got 5 to go over, and we're starting with Renegade Roundup. Basically just Mario Kart's version of cops and robbers. See, it says dodge the law right there. Now I played as the law, and the Renegades have a clear advantage. I would chase one person the whole time, and by the time I caught up to them, if I even did, everyone else would be free. The map just feels too big to catch all these people, especially when they're the exact same speed as cops, so the only way to catch up is with mushrooms. Or you can just hope they run into you. Final thoughts on this mode: Nintendo should stop supporting criminals like this. Next up we have coin runners, collect the most coins to win. Yeah, it's as boring as it sounds. I think Nintendo wants you to fight each other for coins, but we just kinda ignored each other. I think the most violence was someone accidentally boosting into a shell. Overall, just a pretty lame mode. Moving on. Next up we have Shine Thief. Keep the shine for 20 seconds to win. It's already over, I haven't even explained how it works yet. The map is just too big and has too much stuff in the way for me to actually be able to get to the Shine Thief. It's starting to feel like these aren't even made for battle mode. This is not looking good. We really need a comeback. Balloon Battle is not a comeback. Yet another mode that suffers from map being too big syndrome. But at least it's not as bad as the other two. Combat can still be pretty fun once you get up in each other's faces. But getting into people's faces is also the hardest part of the game. I think it's pretty clear that battle mode needs smaller maps. Unless Bomb on Blast can prove me wrong. Except of course it won't, because this mode is just balloon battle, but you can only use bombs. It's so hard to tell if these game modes are good or not because the map design is just so awful. Maybe we need to play again so we can get a better look.
Alright, I'm bored.
What? Already?
Dude, do you expect me to stay focused on a game for more than 30 minutes? You're crazy.
What I think he's trying to say is that he served up the widest game imaginable.
I just want to play something like more spicy.
Yar, what if it be a pirate game? What am I supposed to get from that? Alright, so they don't want anything too basic. Got it. Still, nothing too hard to understand, just out of left field. What about Mario Maker?
Does this mean we can finally play my Super World?
Maybe if we have time, but I kinda wanted to try out some random levels, so...
Alright, guess I'll go walk the plank.
Ever want to play a traditional 2D platformer with friends but don't want to play the same levels all over again? Well, Mario Maker's got your back. It has Nintendo-made levels in the story mode, but you can also make your own levels or play ones made by people all over the world. So this game basically has infinite levels. You'll never need another 2D platformer again. Until we make another one, please buy that one. But the best part of all of this is that you can play with friends. You've got online, which runs like honey. Nintendo's online games have a reputation of being incredibly unstable, which can be pretty aggravating since you pay at least $20 a year for the service. Also, in ranked online games, sometimes you'll be punished in-game for network errors. For example, you might be banned from playing for 30 minutes because Nintendo's servers are bad.
Oh really? What game is that in?
Just an example, But if you manage to gather people into one room and convince them to play, then you can actually play the game as intended. No lag or anything. Let's try to find a random level to play. Oh yeah, Mario Maker's level system, to put it lightly, is hot garbage. You can't sort by title or maker, only keywords and codes. And do you really want to torment your partygoers with having to sift through level after level after level after level?
I mean, If it's so annoying to find good levels, we could always play mine.
I mean, if it means you'll shut up, and yeah.
If you've made a bunch of good levels, you can compile them into a super world, which basically lets you create an entire Mario game. Do you see why people thought this was the last 2D Mario game now? But to play these worlds with others, you have to be in the same room with them. There is no option for online multiplayer. So if you get everyone to come over, you can finally expose them to the masterpiece that is your world. As long as you remember the code to it, oh my gosh. Devin, do you remember the code to your world?
Of course! I keep it in me hat!
Blimey!
That's okay. I should probably have it from all the times he's asked me to play it. So.
Come on, it wasn't that many times.
You've been texting me for 9 months, man.
Super dynamic, man, world, and due to time, I'm only covering World 1. Level 1 is Cold Day Out, and it's already running much better than it was online. In this level, you have to ride these claws, but you can't move or else you're gonna get hit by spikes. So you do nothing for the first half of the level. Great. But the second half of the level is completely different. We need to get into these balloon cars to go up, and the CPU is still here, okay. And it immediately killed all us? Cool. I'm guessing these fish are supposed to be hard to get past, but this is a CPU. It knows what it's doing. And that's the first level down. I just wish we got to play instead of the CPU, but whatever. Level 2 is an airship level consisting of 2 back-to-back boss fights. Or really, 3 back-to-back boss fights. Because we spent most of the level fighting over the key for absolutely no reason. And while I may have won the battle, I did not win the war. Level 3, Crazy Hat Forest. Just like the title suggests, this level is all about hats. It's also a pretty big difficulty spike, because now we have to do some pretty tight platforming while not losing each other. This made us lose our first life in a pretty embarrassing way. After that section, we get to the cannon hat, which we use to break some blocks, and then the POW hat, which we also use to break some blocks. And now we're met with this gap that seems to kill us, but in reality, someone was just camera stalling and we all had to go down as a group. This is where we get the propeller hat, which we use for one jump and then switch out for the Goomba hat. And of course, we need Goomba hats to avoid all the Goombas stuck in this hole. And there are no more hats, so the level's over. The next level starts with us running from some Lakitus before going to the second half of the level where the real challenge is. A P-Balloon obstacle course with 4 players. This is another level where we just messed with each other a lot. And having a more difficult section didn't help it a whole lot either. Like, I don't know how he survived this. After a good minute of floating around in bubbles, we finally got another P-Balloon right in front of a boss battle. I don't know how, but we barely squeaked by these guys and beat the level, leaving only one left. Larry's Lair. There's a key in this level. What do you think ended up happening? We beat Lemmy, got a key, fought over the key, used the key, fought Bowser Jr., got a key again, fought over that key, and then eventually ended up beating the level.
So guys, what do you think of my world?
Yeah, buddy, that was awesome.
So do you guys want to play some more random levels, or maybe play a few of my levels?
Nah, let's play something else.
But they're really fun!
Another game! Do better!
Okay, so they seem to like that last one a bit better. So let's see, what did it have? It was 2D, you could interact with each other easily. You didn't need to use a split screen. Oh, I got it! Smash Bros.
Finally! Took you long enough.
Smash Bros, a family-friendly fighting game. Let me get this right out of the way. Would you rather your kid play Bloody McSpinestein, Demon Rituals, the one with Chun-Li, or Mario and Pikachu messing around together? Look at them, they're so cute. But let's go ahead and start tackling the newest and possibly final entry in the series, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And it goes without saying that the game has a lot of content. Single player mode, classic mode, baseball mode, but we're going to focus on the top left corner here, Smash mode. We have a few side modes in here that I'll cover after tackling the main course. Smash again, yeah, it's also called Smash. When first going in, we get some settings. These can be if we want to be timed or have lives or health, If we want the stage to try to kill us? No, 3 stocks, infinite time, random map, let's go. The last thing you want to do at a party is have to use a glorified settings menu, so unless someone just really needs FPS meter to be on, you can just go with a preset. But enough of that, let's get into a match. With 4 players, the frame rate is fine, but there is a lot of input delay. But you're just gonna have to take my word, because there's no way I can really show it. It's really easy for 3 players to get into a pig pile on one side of the stage and 1 player just chill on the other side. But hey, let me get diamond, so I'm not really complaining. But besides that, it's Smash, it's great, what do you expect? But it got people way too riled up, and I'm pretty sure my sister was trying to sleep.
No!
Dude, I wasn't even the one who killed you, it was Devin.
Dude, what are you talking about? Devin's chill, he would never.
Okay, I see how it is. But just like Mario Kart, there are side modes that I can talk about for way longer, starting with Squad Strike. This is just best of 3 for that one guy who keeps on saying, "Ah, no, best of 5. It's just a series of 1v1s, and whoever wins the most wins overall. So yeah, it's basically just the same as normal Smash, but I gotta say, with only 2 players, there's a lot less input lag. Next up, we have Tourney, which is where we spent most of our time. We just did a small bracket, but you can get up to 32 players in this mode, meaning it's optimal for bigger parties. But we also made the mistake of putting CPUs into the mix. And I'm not talking about the one that's been following us. Which means if you're not playing, you're just sitting around waiting for the level 5 CPU to be defeated. And sometimes CPUs are paired up against each other, and while we do have the option to skip, we're already wasting time anyway, so why not? I put 500 on Joker, I'm gonna have to sell my dog. Okay, I'll admit it, the creepy CPU beat me, so let's just move on to the next one. It was Mason, someone who rarely ever plays Smash and chose random, versus a level 5 CPU of Fox. Who do you think won? Then Devin fought some random CPU, snooze fest. Then Stalker CPU fought the one that beat Mason, and something unbelievable happened. Creepster lost in the most embarrassing way possible. I thought this was supposed to be a super smart CPU or something. And what's even funnier is that right after that, Devin 3-stocked the level 5. Maybe that'll teach it not to follow us anymore. And that concluded our tourney. Now on to Special Smash, which has 3 sub-modes of its own. Next, we played Smashdown. You have to go through the whole roster and play as every character until no one's left. But if we did that, we would be here all day, so we just played a few matches. You get the gist. And we forgot to do Custom Smash, so I'm gonna do it real quick. It just gives you a lot of silly options to choose, and it makes the game a lot more chaotic. But I really don't think we missed out on that much. And finally, we have 300% super sudden death. Yeah, that'll do.
I don't know how you guys are so good at this game, but I'm getting sick of it.
You've been playing on my DS for the past 15 minutes.
I think he's right, though. I think we need one more game to end this night off with.
Yeah, give us the perfect party game.
Of course, why didn't I think of it sooner? It even has party in the name. How about Super Mario Party?
Shiver me timbers!
Ugh.
You still have that relic?
It's probably still covered in sticker residue from the clearance bin.
Come on, guys, we have to review that thing now or I may never get another chance.
Oh, please, just put up the Metacritic scores and call it a day.
They're mostly positive.
How? Your build runs be delusional.
Look, I know this is gonna be hard, but we have to give that game the hate it deserves. Who's with me? Keeping that if your answer is yes. Perfect. Let's begin. You know how Mario Party games tend to stretch out for way too long? Yeah, this segment's length is a reference to that. Okay, Mario Party has to be the perfect party game, right? Then explain to me why Mario Party Superstars is the only game in the series that has an 8 out of 10 on Metacritic. Let's see what they gave Super Mario Party. Alright, that's the whole reason I'm doing this thing. They scored this higher than Mario Party 3. I think they have a screw loose. Anyways, let's get this over with. We open with a cutscene, but we're at a party. Skip. And then we choose characters and difficulty and get right into the plaza? There are side modes? No, please, I don't want to play this much Super Mario Party. And frankly, does anyone at a party want to do anything Mario Party related that isn't a traditional game of Mario Party? But it's weird that they have so much content aside from the main mode. Maybe they're compensating for something? Anyways, opening up the party, we have 4 maps. So this is what they were compensating for. You thought you could give us river survival and distract us from the lack of content, Nintendo? I pity you. After sifting through, we decided on Kamek's Tantalizing Tower. How could we not? It was just so tantalizing. We didn't want to play the game for that long, so we chose the tamest option of only 10 turns, which still took an hour. We pop in and Toad tells us that this is the final board. Thank goodness. Toadette floats down, revealing she has not 1, but 2 stars. And this is the stage's gimmick. Not only do you have to get to Toadette, you also need to have enough coins to buy both stars. If not, you're either gonna get 1 or nothing. But I'm giving too much away. It's time to start from the beginning. And there's already problems. The game wants you to use the Joy-Con strap, but it also wants you to use the Joy-Con sideways, which stretches out the strap, but if you take it off, it just doesn't feel right. There's also another mechanic where each character has their own specialized dice, but some suck and some are really good. Before we knew it, it was time for our first minigame, a 3v1 called Dust Buddies. 3 people have smaller vacuums all connected to suck up dust, while 1 person has a very big vacuum and isn't bounded by the other players. So you have to tell your teammates where to go, but then the solo player can just hear that and adjust accordingly, so it doesn't really matter. Back on the board, people are starting to buy items, including the Coinado. It only costs 5 coins at the shop, but can steal 5 to 10 from other players, so it's just free money. This round is also where we first encountered the splitting path. One way makes you pay a random fee to a Thwomp, and the other makes you buy an item from a shop, all trying to get your money down before you have to buy a star. One of us, I mean the creepy CPU following us around, landed on the space right before the star, which triggered a special event that changed the price of stars. I'm skipping over the stupid pumping minigame to talk about this mechanic. Every time someone lands on that space or gets a star, the star price changes, meaning that if you get lucky, you can get a star for 5 coins. And after you get a star, you go right back to the beginning of the board and start working your way up again. Normally in matches, Toadette switches spaces after you get a star, but not here. I would show you this, but I don't want to play more Super Mario Party. This basically just makes the game going from point A to point B, to point A to point B to point A to point B to point A to point... This is also where we first encountered the ally space, which gives you an ally, which gives you a new dice block, which also has its own dice block that adds to your dice block. But it's fine, it's just a little helper, it wouldn't be cheating or anything, right? And now the next minigame, you have to count toads, because there's toads on a train and they're running on the train and you gotta count them. And then we're skipping the next round because nothing happened and going right to the next minigame, Sphere Mongers. I don't want this party to get political. You're basically just a moving claw machine, but instead of a claw machine, it's a magnet, ooh. But there's also golden balls that are worth more than normal. What does this have to do with Mario? Honestly, I think it would have been better if it was a claw machine and you could bump into other players to make them drop their balls, but no, you just pull it away with your magnet, but you can barely tell. Oh, hey, look, I won. Somehow this round, something interesting happened. Shocker, I know. Wario landed on a versus space, which put us into a mini-game where we all had to, not chose to, had to wager coins. You're supposed to memorize the strongest rumble, but I didn't feel anything, and the people who won said they just were going off what was shown on screen. And after that, Boo landed on an unlucky space, and Kamek came and got him and made him spin this big wheel of punishments, and he had to give up 5 coins. But he didn't have any, so nothing happened. Blah blah blah, Rosalina got sent to the back corner. Minigame time! Mode 3v1. Title, What a Racket. The 3 have small rackets, but the 1 has a really big racket, and they have to hit bombs back and forth. I'm guessing to hit the other person? Nope, you get points when a bomb lands on the other side of the court. So you have to juggle the bombs falling from the sky and being sent by the other player. But there's more bombs spawned on the 3 players because, oh, there's 3 of them, they can handle it. No, we can't. Oh, and I guess tragedy is on the menu because it's time for another versus minigame. And this time we have to wager 20 coins, which is all most of us have. We have to press the button when we hear a rumble. My phone went off, I thought that was the rumble, and I still won. No one else heard a rumble. But hey, I got 33 coins putting me in first place, so who am I to complain? The next minigame was a 3v1 against Boo, giving us a chance for revenge. All we had to do was avoid his chain chomp, which looked terrible to control, so we got an easy win. Next round, Rosalina just got another ally, that's about it. Except that's a big deal because in some minigames, the more allies you have, the better you do. Like our next one, where you have to avoid the floor falling out from beneath you, but as long as one of your allies survives, you win. And now, 8 rounds in, it's time for the switch up. Now you can buy 3 stars at a time, and the bad luck space is the extra bad luck space. And once again, only the AI had something interesting happen. A hidden block, let's see what's inside. Oh, a star? Cool. The next minigame, we just shook candy out of a bottle, which is as boring and tedious as it sounds. The next round, I used my money from the terrible Rumble minigame to buy 3 stars, putting me back in first place. And look at that, I also finally got an ally. Until Little Miss AI landed on a lucky space and stole it from me, thanks! The next minigame was some generic food making minigame, and we tied, so it doesn't really matter. And this last round would be a whole lot more suspenseful if anything actually happened. Which brings us to our final minigame. Throw the ball in the hole. You just gotta use super sensitive motion controls to throw the food into the fish's mouth. That's about all I have to say besides I won. Then people got bonus stars, blah blah blah, I won. You might have noticed all the times I said nothing happened this round. That's just because this game is really boring, which is something no one wants at a party. Especially compared to other Mario Party options on the Switch, this title isn't terrible, but it's just... Alright, you guys said that was the last game, so... present time!
Oh yeah. I hope your birthday went well.
Oh, sweet, 20 bucks. Devin, what about you?
Yeah, there you go.
Holy crap, $100?
You scurvy scallywag! Hornswoggle like that again, you be plundered.
Happy birthday, Owen. Thanks for the good time. Hey, got any other party games on your other consoles?
Oh yeah, let me look. Oh, we could do 1v1s in the first Splatoon.
What did you just say to me?
Wait, I was joking, I'll put it back, I'll put it back.
He is contraband!
Whoa there, guys. We can talk about this.
No talking yourself out of this one. You know what you said last time.
No, actually I don't.
And flashback to it!
Flashback! 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 Flashback!
Fine, I'll take a break from Splatoon. I'll work on a non-Splatoon video. I'm about to upload one right before you kidnapped me.
I look forward to seeing it, but if you break your promise, I'm going to break you.
Break you.
Well, I wasn't actually gonna make videos with it.
Oh yeah? And what's this?
Dang it.
Any last words before I send you to Davy Jones' locker?
Oh wait, yeah I do actually.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, there's some minors in my house with beer.
Dude, what? We don't even have anything.
You'll never take me alive!
Where did he get that?
Idiots. That was my DS. And this is why I never have parties. Maybe now that they're gone, I can actually enjoy playing this.